All right, y'all, what are we talking about today? Well, you saw it in the thumbnail, I'm sure. We're going to be talking about the 1 month review of the EYV hybrid holster. And you'll notice, if you've seen my other videos, it looks a little bit different now. So I wound up doing what I said I was going to do. This has been safety checked for everybody out there and myself, right? Nothing in the firearm, nothing in the magazine. This is not the important piece. This is the important piece for this video. So this is my 1 month review of the EYV hybrid holster. So as you see, I changed the clips, or belt clips, whatever you want to call them, right? So this one comes with a single clip right in the center. And I mentioned before that I don't really like that because I like wearing mine basically at 12 o'clock, right down the center. So I would have to wear it at 11:30 or 1:30, either side of the center, because in the center of your pants, obviously, is the pants button, right? So that didn't work too well for me. If I wore it off to the side, you can see this is kind of wide here. So if you wear it off to the side, then this, although it's comfortable because this has foam on the back of the leather and they use a soft leather, so it is very comfortable, but this still is smacking right into your thigh, which is not comfortable even if it's soft, if it's doing it all day, right? So what did I do to fix that? I wound up grabbing some clips that I had extra, these belt clips, 1.5 inch from another holster. I think it was actually some extras from Precision Holster. And then I adapted them to their little screws, which are the tension screws for the sides. So why did I do that? Well, like I said, I want it right in the center, and these now will hold this around the center button for your pants. And of course, you can fix this in other ways by buying pants that have a smaller button, etc. But I didn't want to do that because I don't want to have to buy a bunch of new pants. So I moved the clips over here, and you can see I did a similar thing that I did with the Precision holster. Why did I do that? You can see why I did that. It gives you some clearance so that you can grab the firearm. And when this is hooked up in your pants, this, since it's at an angle, like so, this moves out a little bit. So then you get a really good access point on your firearm, which is good. So that's the biggest thing that I changed on here was these. What did I need to do that? Obviously the belt clips themselves. Then I went over to the local hardware store. You can see my Sharpie job on the stainless screws is not super great. But I got the screws. They're just basically longer screws of the same thread, which I think, if I remember right, it was 832. And then these ones are, I think they're 1/2 inch, no, 3/4 inch instead of like a 3/16 or something. The other ones are pretty short. So these allow me to have all this, the extra length, and put the belt clips on there and all that kind of stuff. Now we're talking. Now this holster is fantastic. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna have to give it 2 thumbs up, right? And that's because it is so comfortable as a result of using soft leather and having the foam piece on the back to give you that extra comfort. And I know some other holster companies, like for example, We the People, they send out the hard shell, but then they give you a really thick foam. So I saw that because my buddy has one for his Hellcat. And the foam does smush down a bit, but it's still not going to be as flat as this, right? This is still very flat. It's formed over to the shape of the handgun. And unfortunately, I still have not got my muzzle brake. That's what this little cutout is for, so that you could have some extra room for the muzzle brake. Sorry, I'm going to flag you here, but you can see that there's extra room in there for the muzzle brake. Maybe one of these days. I think we're about almost 6 weeks in that I'm waiting for this darn muzzle brake. So hopefully we'll get that soon so I can review it for you. But like I said, 2 thumbs up for this holster. It is extremely comfortable and it holds really well, right? So when you have the belt on there, it's going to give you a little bit of extra tension, and that thing ain't coming out of there, right? So the one downside is when you remove this, since of course the big benefit is that they use the soft leather, that it smushes. So it's a little harder to reholster, but you can basically grab your muzzle right here at this little tip. If you do that, boom, you can kind of just wedge it in there pretty easily. So it's not that bad. It does kind of suck. It's not as good as some of the other holsters that I have that use a more rigid leather. You can see this leather is very soft. They do that purposefully, I'm sure, to make it more comfortable, which is nice. It's nice to have options, right? So EYV holsters, you can find them on eBay. They're still a relatively new company, but I'm really digging this. I'm going to share this with them, and then hopefully they'll give you some options and maybe engineer these specifically a little bit differently so that they will use these type of clips instead of just the one center clip in the middle, because this, it doesn't work for me. So that's all I got for you guys. If you like my content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.